All right, let's get busy. Let's switch over to the S&P 500 daily chart, get off the 2 hour. Let's see what's happening here. Just had some eggs with avocado, so give me a second here. We're still processing. Small day. Tiny day here. A range of 32. I said to the members in last night's email that the universe data, which is not that, it's usually down here. I'm not showing it right now. It's another indicator. That the universe data suggested chop or sideways. What do you know? Exactly what we got. We got chop sideways. Called that one. Small day. Interesting. Yesterday was all-time high, 58.46.5. Today we got 58.44. So basically, for all practical purposes, tying the all-time high. But to me, it just looks like this is not done. But it looks like there's a lot of timidity, I think is the word I'm looking for, in the market. Waiting for the shoe to drop if it drops. Hasn't done it yet. Market's still extremely bullish. Very bullish. Babamski. Very bullish. So far, nothing's changed for the daily. Let's go look at the trade of the day. Trade of the day. Where would that be? 15-minute chart. Wow, what a mess. See, that's what happens when you get chopped. Look at this mess. Yikesies. Let's go look at the 5-minute chart. Aha. See, this is the beauty of the Giddus Plus indicator. Even when there's massive chop, there's still opportunity. Yeah. Not an easy day to trade, though. You know why I say that? Look at the momentum. Crossed over here. Came back, crossed over there. Came back, crossed down over there. Here, crossed over. 4 times it crossed over just on the 5-minute chart. That's chop, folks. That's definitely a harder day to trade. But let's look at some of the trades of the day. Where could they possibly be? Well, I'm going to show you one. If you're paying attention to the streaming charts that the members have, this is going to show up on the streaming chart, on the 5-minute chart. And here it is right here. This one. 6:55 this morning. I talk about it all the time. If you're not up, you're burning daylight. You're missing opportunities. If you're sleeping in, 6:55, there it is. And why is this such a good indicator right here? Let's turn on the Giddus Plus indicator. Let's turn it on. Okay. Sorry, that was a Giddus candle. I went to do Giddus Plus indicator. Giddus candle. Yeah, why is that so good right there at 6:55? Couple reasons. First of all, momentum is positive. Barely positive, but a little bit positive here, right? Second of all, the SMI is way above the 40 line. It's way up here, right? You're just waiting for this to cross over. Sure enough, it crosses over. And guess what? 7:30, very common to see a massive decline in this pre-market. And that's exactly what we got. Look at this. From 35 all the way down to 20, 15 points. Okay? That's $750 right there. Just in this one decline. Okay? Then later in the day, another good trade right here at 10.25. So why is this one a good trade? So you got to understand dynamics in the market. It's a good trade because a couple things. One, momentum is positive, right? It's positive. Look at this gap in the line, right? And it didn't roll over, right? See, right here, approximately right here. What did it do? It didn't roll over. It just went higher. As soon as you see that, get in the trade. As soon as you see this thing start going higher, positive momentum, get in the trade. So let's say you get in the trade here, even a little late. 58.33, all the way up to 40. 7 points. Another $350. So 750, 350. Guess what? You're over $1,000 right there. Okay. There was even a good trade right here. 12.25. Why is this one a good trade? Look how this SMI didn't get nearly high as this one. It didn't get high as this one. See how it's kind of low? Sure, it's above the top line, but it's kind of low, right? And here's the other really important part about this particular trade right here. Momentum's going negative. Look at that, it's going negative. Bam, you know it's a short, but bam, you take it short. Okay, this one's from about 58.30 down to about 58.20. Another 10 points, that's $500 more. 750, 350, 500. Wow. Now you're looking at what, over $1,500 for the day, $1,700, $1,800. Yeah, maybe $1,500, $1,600, something like this. Really nice. If you're paying attention, there was money to be made throughout this entire day, even though it was a small little day and choppy. Those are the trades of the day. You got to know how to do the trades. The Get Us Plus indicator in the chart, the streaming charts help you do that. Become a member, $7.99. You get the streaming charts. 5, 15 minute, 1 hour. That 1 hour chart has the cycles on there. I've showed that many times, really good cycles. Same thing with gold. You get alerts on the Discord server. Just go on there, find the product you want alerts for, right click on it, turn notifications on. It's that simple. Every night, put nightly emails out, Monday through Thursday. 5 different charts are on that email. Really good charts. And I give my opinion about what I think the market's going to do the next day. A lot of value for $7.99. Okay, there's also the Premium Symbols channel on the Discord server. A lot of people don't even look in there. You should look in there. I saw a lot of futures products in there today for crude oil. Okay, so that's telling us something about crude oil, something's going on with crude oil. All right, which we're going to look at here in a minute. All right, that's it. That is the S&P 500 and the trades of the day. For those, that's all you wanted. Have a great weekend, because I don't do videos on Fridays. For everybody else, let's go through the rest of the products. Dow Jones Transportation. Let's look at it. Daily chart. Not much going on here, right? Small day, just like the S&P 500. Looks like Dow Jones trying to make a bottom, trying to get going, not doing very well. Is positive momentum, but it just seems to be struggling here. And my guess is it's struggling because there's downward pressure going towards these cycle lows. So I think transportation is going to begin to roll over here. And if it does roll over, if this does one of those deals, you see that? Let's see if we can find, like over here where it didn't get up to the top line. See, it just rolled over like this, stayed flat or rolled over. Oi, the transportation may be leading the way for the rest of the indices. Let's look at the Russell 2000. Down, well, it's an up day technically for the Russell 2000, but it opened lower. So the Russell 2000 futures overnight lost price, right? Went down overnight. The Russell 2000 futures would be RTY/RTY. So the Russell 2000 index, cash index here is showing that overnight. That's why it went down. Okay, so the Russell 2000 looks weak to me. It's continuing to look weak, right? It's doing this all the way down to October 15th. Okay, this is not a strong cycle, this little green cycle. Well, yeah. Okay, this is kind of a mixed signal here on this cycle. Why? Because one, you see how this is the peak on the previous cycle, this cycle, and this peak got higher. So it did get higher. Okay, we're talking about this cycle right here, this second cycle. So that does show some strength that it's higher than the previous cycle, but there's an issue here. It broke on the left. Here's the middle of this cycle. It broke to the downside way over here on the left-hand side. It's called left-hand translation. So a little bit of a mixed signal here on this cycle. If this thing takes out this bottom, which is a long way to go, but if it does take out that bottom somewhere before October 15th, which I don't think it's going to do that, okay, then that would be really, really weak, but it's probably not going to happen. So this cycle, to me, is a little bit of a mixed signal, right? Yes, it's stronger than the previous cycle, but overall the cycle itself is a little bit showing some weakness. Might come down to here. I don't think it'll take out this bottom here, and then we'll see what it does on the next bounce. Does it take out this high? That's going to be pretty key. If it does lackluster and does that, then we know the jig is up, right? We know that there's a decline coming probably, but we have to wait to see how that goes. Okay, NASDAQ. Let's look at the Natty DAQ. What's going on here? My DAQ. August 8th, there sure wasn't much of a cycle low there. I mean, there was that on October 7th. October 8th, The low came October 7th. Technically, I guess it's kind of over here a few days before that. Not much of a cycle low. NASDAQ looks kind of strong here. Actually, it's stronger than the S&P 500 and it's stronger than the Russell 2000, right? Look at this. It's like, no, we're not going down. And today was a better day. Not a huge day, but it was better than the S&P 500. So it looks like there's some strength here in the NASDAQ. Of the three indices, that one looks the strongest. Okay, Nike 225, Japanese market. What has happened? We're going to use the futures for that. What is going on over here? Daily. Yeah, still strong. Today was a down day, but it still just has an upward bias. I would say that Nike 225 continues to look bullish here, and it's going to have to do more than one red down day to convince me otherwise. Okay, so no sign of this pulling back yet. Let's look at the Japanese yen. What is going on with the Japanese yen? I've been talking about this last week or so. As a reminder, I think it's October 28th, CME Exchange, which handles the majority of the futures, is going to put out a micro Nike 225 product, and they're also going to put out a micro Japanese yen. Very cool for those that want to trade those products. Okay, what is happening here on the Japanese yen? Continues to look weak. Has not yet found the bottom. And matter of fact, I said yesterday it's going to go negative momentum. There it is. It went negative momentum. There we are there. There we are, plum candlestick. Got negative momentum going on here. Japanese yen, wow, what an amazing collapse. Because when it was up here, guys, I just thought this thing was going to go to the moon forever today. But it really has collapsed down here pretty hard. And we're going to wait to see where the bottom is. We got to wait to see where the bottom is before we can get an anchor. And as I said yesterday, there's probably another cycle in here, like here to here or here to here maybe. We'll keep an eye on that and figure out where this next cycle's, but I'm almost positive there's another cycle in play here. Probably mirroring the other indices like out in late, kind of mid-October. Let's look at the euro dollar. What's happening with the euro? Trying to find a bottom here too. It hasn't found it yet. Look at this, way down here. Negative momentum is going to happen. Practically, it's already happened. It's like right on the edge. So negative momentum tomorrow for sure is going to happen here. Just like, even if this goes, it would have to have a big, huge green day probably to prevent negative momentum. So negative momentum is probably going to happen overnight. Is probably what's going to happen here on the euro futures, euro dollar futures. Okay, probably going to go negative momentum. October 20th is out there. This cycle low was really good. October 3rd. Look at this bad boy right on down here. October 4th, right there. What a beautiful cycle low. Look at that, right on the button. And it just never recovered. Looks like it's heading for the October 20th cycle low. Bada bang. And wow, just wow. May not be done with that one yet, right? Let's look at the British pound. Probably lost. Yeah, also came down here. Again, still stronger than the Japanese yen, stronger than the euro dollar, but it looks pretty weak too. It looks like it's trying to find a bottom, hasn't done it yet. This hasn't gone negative momentum yet, and it may be a few days before it does that, maybe even a week. So the British pound still is stronger than the rest of them, but it's got to get past October 14th. It's got to get past that. And man, we're seeing a lot of synchronicity across the board. I suspected that was going to happen, and we're starting to see it, I believe, on a lot of different products. They're all declining, or a lot of them are declining, I should say, except for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. They seem reluctant to decline. The Russell 2000 is weaker and declining. Okay. Let's look at gold. What's going on with gold? Switch over to the daily drawing set. Gold, little bounce today. Super bullish still. Crossed over here. So we'll see what gold does. Does it just say, you know what, we've had enough, we're going to the moon? Okay, we have to wait to see what gold's going to do here. It's super bullish, though it's crossed over. There's a lot of work for this to go negative. But I thought the Japanese yen couldn't go negative, but it did. Gold could do it too. We'll have to wait to see how this goes. But a little green day here, pretty decent green day here for gold. Okay, so gold has been extremely resilient. All right, so We're going to keep an eye on gold. It may do a bounce back here and just continue to defy the odds. Let's look at silver and then we'll look at crude oil. I am currently acquiring silver as a hedge. And as I said before, I'll say it again for those who haven't watched the videos recently, or this is your first time watching one of my videos here in October of 2024. Be careful, Chinese are putting out 1 ounce silver rounds that look exactly like the real thing, but they're not. They're just covered with a little bit of silver. They've got either copper and or zinc or something like this is the alloy. And you got to be super careful, man. Got to be super careful. I like APMEX, and because there are others, but APMEX is testing all of their out. They even know, they're fully aware of what's going on with the Chinese, mimicking their 1 ounce rounds. So they're very diligent about testing metallurgically all their alloys, all their precious metals, silver and gold. They're very, very careful about testing those. Okay, but even with that being said, don't buy 1 ounce rounds that the Chinese are duplicating. Just buy the ones they're not duplicating. This way, you're increasing your odds of getting pure silver, right? The 999 silver. So I think, to me, it's worth it to pay just a little bit extra to get those rounds, 1 ounce rounds that the Chinese aren't duplicating. Okay, just to be safe. All right, silver, nice bounce up day here. Yeah, 83.83 of a cent. Of a point, I should say, 0.83 of 1 point. But like I said yesterday, silver also, this is the actual dollar amount for silver. So it's kind of the futures trade in points, but it also happens to be dollars. That's kind of a rarity. Most futures don't do that. Most futures, when you look at this up here, it's just a point system. It's not a dollar system. But with silver, it's actually points and dollars at the same time. Nice. Is silver found the bottom? That we have to wait to see. Okay. The precious metals continue to look pretty resilient for now. Okay, let's look at crude oil. What is happening? What is happening with crude oil? Well, crude oil is going positive. Positive momentum on the daily. That's basically what's happening. It's going to do it probably tonight. Crude oil is going to go positive momentum tonight, overnight, because futures trade overnight as well. Okay, so I expect futures to go positive, crude oil futures to go positive overnight. And if that happens, maybe we see this, right? It doesn't even touch the bottom line. If it does that, which I suspect it's going to do it, yeah, that's a nice long. If it makes this little curl up move, then watch out. Crude oil could go up to 80 bucks. It could come way up here, 80 bucks. It might even get up to this other line here, like 82. Okay, so crude oil looking pretty strong right now, especially with Iran being at war and with their proxies, Hamas and Hezbollah as well, with Israel, and they produce about 4% of the world's crude oil, so it's helping to drive up the price of oil. I think is what's going on there. All right, let's take a look at, let's see what else we got to cover here. I think corn. What's going on with corn? Corn pulling all the way back. Today's a cycle low right here, right at it, October 10th. Is it going to find a bottom? I think there's more in this still. Probably not quite done. But we'll have to wait and see how this goes. It's just, look at this beautiful cycle. Right down into it. Right down, absolutely amazing. It is slightly bullish or decently bullish here on the momentum. We'll have to see if this finds a bottom. I think there's a little bit more in this before it finds a bottom. Okay, that's what's going on with corn. XLP, excuse me. XLP. Looks like it may have found the bottom here, but negative momentum is going to happen tomorrow. So maybe not. Up like this, fail again. That would be my guess. A little bounce and another fail. It's probably what's going to happen here with XLP. Kind of like this and then fail. Maybe a little higher. Something like that, okay? That's my take on XLP. I think it's going to do a little bouncy bounce and then it's going to fail. Or it might not bounce at all and fail. All right. I think that covers everything. Become a member. $7.99 per month. Super value. The link and the instructions how to become a member are in the description of this video and also the first comment of this video. I'm going to be putting out, I think, another YouTube channel on firearms. Bang, bang, bang. Yes, I know the left doesn't want to hear it. I don't really care. Don't watch the videos. I don't care. For the conservatives, and there are some people on the left that actually appreciate firearms, I'll make everybody aware of what that YouTube channel is going to be. Actually, I think I might do it on Rumble as well, because YouTube is, they're just whatever with them, but I'll probably do it on both platforms. And we'll talk about a new pistol I got, a red dot that's going to go with it, a flashlight. We're going to talk about some things, some dry fire techniques. We're going to probably, I'm going to spend probably the next 6 months or a year upping my game, serious game, improving my pistol shooting. And we're going to do a bunch of dry fire, and we're going to go to the range as well. So I think that channel is going to be good, very informative. Yes, I know there's lots of gun channels, but this is my journey, so I'll be documenting it. So look out for that. I think that covers everything. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.